Hello everybody, I'm Rob Pearson, and this is the PlayStation Access rundown of the 20 PS4 games you need to be excited about in 2014. Are you ready? Then let's start with a game so big you can see it all the way from Jupiter, probably. The Elder Scrolls Online marks the MMO debut of Bethesda's landmark RPG series, but will feel instantly familiar to fans of Skyrim and Oblivion thanks to the weighty first-person combat, Tolkien-esque fantasy setting, and the fact it's going to be deeper than a debate on existentialism with Dave.
Of course, the meaning of life is intrinsically linked to the rich tapestry of experiences of the individual.
That's deep.
Not as deep as the Elder Scrolls Online. Guess what's great? The fact you don't even need PlayStation Plus to enjoy our next online title, free-to-play multiplayer FPS, PlanetSide 2. Did you know you can have battles in a massive open world with up to 2,000 players blowing the living life juice out of each other by land, sea and air? I know, it figuratively boggled my mind, as demonstrated here. And the fact you don't have to pay a penny to enjoy the epic online delights of PlanetSide 2 just makes them all the sweeter. 2014 is also set to be an exciting year for cars, and our next game, Drive Club, does the most beautiful cars we've ever seen. Special mention goes to the brilliantly designed interior upholstery, the distracting beauty of which we're blaming for us so far being absolutely rubbish at the game. As well as being fast and gorgeous, Drive Club is also very much a social creature. It likes you to take photos and make friends before belting off down the track and making said friends choke on your exhaust fumes and or smugness. Don't try this at home, mainly because you could fall down and hurt yourself, but also because stealing things is really bad, unless your name is Garrett and you're starring in Eidos Montreal's Handsome Thief reboot, in which case we'll let you off with a warning and play the heck out of your going to be brilliant game. Skulking about in the shadows and using the very much in vogue bow and arrow is what you'll be doing most in Thief if you're playing it properly, or panicking and forgetting the controls while cartwheeling through spotlights if you're me. One game where cartwheeling is definitely allowed, in addition to jumping, nearly flying and beanie hats, is infamous Second Son, a massive PS4 exclusive starring Troy Baker and some amazo flame powers. Baker plays Delsin Rowe, a man who never has to worry about the annual rail fare hike because he can get to work like this. Smarmy git. Just because you're in an awesome game doesn't mean you have to rub it in. What we're most looking forward to with Second Son, however, is fizzing through a dense open world city and smacking everything with fire. Roll on March. It's the grandmaster of mullets and stealth next, as 2014 sees the arrival of Metal Gear Solid 5, including prologue adventure Ground Zeroes and main events The Phantom Pain, both of which look stupidly awesome thanks to Konami's brand new Fox engine. The creeping has gone open world in the biggest series shake-up since Raiden popped up in MGS2, which allows for the use of vehicles, horses and weather that does an admirable job of ramming home how pretty everything looks. This is going to be amazing because it's Metal Gear, and also because Hideo Kojima has about as much chance of making something rubbish as Nath does of saving all the humans in Resogun.
Human lost.
Next up is Ubisoft's incredible looking open world hacktivist adventure Watch Dogs, which is essentially Assassin's Creed with a cyber facelift and every bit as awesome as that sounds. Another open world, this time a thronging urban sprawl packed with grime, wet pavements and corruption. Watch Dogs is all about messing things up with your phone, be it streetlights, people's bank accounts, or those things that come out of the road I don't know the name of. We're filing it under Can't Bloody Wait. This is Destiny. No, really, it's Destiny, both in terms of its brilliance being unavoidably predetermined, and also because that's its name. We're particularly excited about Bungie's PlayStation debut, as it means we get to crack out the phrase shared online universe, which sounds both important and clever, and is the whole point of this sci-fi FPS. You'll get to battle aliens with your mates, battle other people with your mates, or battle your mates themselves in a world that's huge, seamless, and obnoxiously pretty. Even better is that the beta, coming early in 2014, is a timed PlayStation exclusive. How's this phrase then? Open and persistent world, which means it's a world that's A, open, and B, persists in being huge and brilliant. This is The Crew, by the way, a play-it-how-you-like racer from Ubisoft, in which you can zoom across the United States. Apparently it takes 90 real-time minutes to drive from coast to coast. Race your friends, or take part in co-op missions with your crew. We're going to make a crew. Look how cool it already is. I smell fantasy RPG. Oh, it smells good, probably because it's Dragon Age Inquisition from BioWare, who make really good things like Mass Effect and the other Dragon Age games. This one looks like being the best yet, however, as it's got a massive open world, which I'm still not tired of saying, swords and sorcery combat, and of course, dragons. Complex characters and a branching storyline are a given, as is how I'm going to play it from when it comes out until forever. Let's spice things up a bit with a pinch of third-person shooter action in the shape of Tom Clancy's The Division, which takes place in a massively multiplayer online open world 5 days after a consumerism-induced pandemic, a pandemic which apparently makes everyone take their rubbish out en masse. As you can see, it hasn't taken long for New York to become a smoky, crumpled mess and for all the people to hole up indoors, giving you and your online chums the opportunity to run around shooting each other. The Division is big, beautiful and ideal for party chat. Stick it in your diary. How to make me interested in a game. Put it somewhere I've never been before, foggy Victorian London, nice. Then add a bunch of characters that look really cool, good, and top it off with big stupid guns and some horrible monsters to use them on. Excellent, The Order 1886, you've gone and done all of those things, and also you're a PS4 exclusive, which makes me even more excited, not to mention the fact it's developer ready at Dawn's first crack at a big home console title, after making the God of War PSP games and HD collections for PS3. I would wish them luck, but quite clearly they're doing fine without it. Hello zombies, and welcome to 2014. Dying Light is the game, a post-apocalyptic survival horror set in an open world, and with a unique and exciting twist. During the day, the zombies are slow and shuffly and a bit lazy, meaning you can go about the business of surviving without too much trouble, but when the sun goes down, they put their sprint legs on, and things get pretty hairy. Hopefully you spent the day wisely and set a bunch of traps, otherwise you'll probably die. Now this is cool, there's simply no better word to describe it. It's called Transistor, comes from indie studio Supergiant Games and follows the adventures of Red, who we're introduced to as her evening goes from walking around in the dark to clobbering robots with a talking sword. It's real-time RPG fare with a special turn system that lets you pause time and plan some killer combos, think the VAT system from Fallout 3, only the world of Transistor is less crumbling green wasteland and more Philip K. Dick, a bruised steampunk landscape of grubby orange light and creeping shadow. Did we mention there's a talking sword? Yes, and it's massive. Not quite violent enough for you? Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number definitely will be. The sequel to this year's top-down indie smash, Hotline Miami 2 looks to be every bit as wonderfully debauched as the original, with the now iconic art style and frenzied violence making a triumphant return. I just can't wait to smack pixel folk into pulpy oblivion though, because I'm crazy. Another indie title next, this time from Braid creator Jonathan Blow. His new game, The Witness, is headed to PS4 in 2014 and sees you stranded on a strange island with only a series of puzzles and a few audio recordings for company. That's fine because I don't like people anyway, and in any case the world of The Witness more than makes up for the lack of human interaction by being picture book pretty and full of mystery. There's nothing mysterious about our next title, we can see how good it's going to be from a mile away. It's The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, an epic open world RPG that promises to be bigger than Skyrim, fightier than Skyrim, and maybe better than Skyrim. It's certainly taking on that game I just said 3 times for PlayStation's RPG crown and stars grizzled hunter of bad things Geralt as he travels from town to town handing out his own brand of razor-sharp justice. There's also magic and monsters and sex and swearing, meaning The Witcher 3 is every inch the huge, mature, story-driven epic we've all been waiting for. Deep Down is next on our list, a fantasy dungeon-crawling RPG that's set in New York in the year 2094, which can't be right because look at it, but it is! So there, little is known about this PS4 exclusive Capcom gem, other than it's got the sexiest looking dragonfire this side of Game of Thrones, and it has you exploring the past via the medium of memories that are locked inside magical artifacts. I don't know either, but my god, just look at it. Final Fantasy has been having somewhat of an identity crisis in recent years, but this instalment knows exactly what it is. A real-time turn-based hybrid JRPG that used to be Final Fantasy Versus 13 on PS3 but is now Final Fantasy 15 on PS4. Easy. All joking aside, this looks like the biggest leap forward for the series in its entire 27-year history. Dizzying action, a gorgeous, fully explorable world, and an awesome set of characters to play. In essence, everything that makes Final Fantasy brilliant with added PS4 spectacle. Believe. Yes, we're cheating a bit on this one because nothing has been announced really, not even its name. But we can't get excited about 2014 without mentioning the new Uncharted. Who knows what Naughty Dog are cooking up over in Santa Monica? All we can say for sure is that PS4 Uncharted is a thing, and also I would donate my eyelids to pharmaceutical science if it meant I could play it right now. And also because then I wouldn't be able to blink, so couldn't miss any of what is only going to be the best game in the universe ever. So there's our list for PS4 in 2014. We hope you're as excited as we are. To stay up to date with all the latest news across PS4, PS3 and PS Vita, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll be back with more awesome videos very soon.